Hello everyone, let's move on to the next episode of this story. While Hao Xian was in distress, Wukong became active. Just as Hao Xian was about to be swallowed by the Monster King, another small figure rose up. It was Wukong, now awake after his long sleep, his eyes filled with determination as he looked up at the Monster King preparing to attack. Wukong's hand gathered a bright golden light, and he said, "The way is incomplete, life gives birth to all things." As soon as he finished speaking, Wukong's body emitted a brilliant golden light, displaying immense power that dominated the heavens. The Monster King received Wukong's powerful blow, but being of this kind, it neither feared nor felt pain. So it remained silent. Hao Xian, witnessing Wukong's fierce counterattack, was gaping in amazement. Not stopping there, Wukong began the second act, his eyes sharp as he said, "Too much of the way." Before he could finish his sentence, the group of Monster Kings lunged towards Wukong. It seemed they had found new prey or felt threatened, so they attacked aggressively, each one resembling a titan, with fierce red eyes, and a menacing demeanor. Wukong remained focused, as if he had grasped the essence of the Tao, with his cute yet dangerously determined expression. At this moment, the Monster King that Wukong had knocked away from behind had also recovered. It stood up and prepared to unleash its rage, charging towards Wukong, its giant foot making Wukong seem tiny in comparison. Seeing this, Hao Xian shouted for Wukong to be careful. However, when the giant foot came crashing down, not only was Wukong unharmed, but he also caught it effortlessly, his eyes turning a fiery red with a hint of malice. Sensing this, Wukong lowered himself slightly in preparation for a counterattack, the golden threads of light gradually converging towards him. As they reached their peak, Wukong gathered all his energy and released it explosively, with shockwaves emanating from him as the center, creating a fierce and violent aura that shook the heavens. The Monster King's foot was thrown back, and then the threads of light converged back around Wukong, forming golden spheres. After a while, Wukong's new form had taken shape. Behind him now were 8 shining orbs symbolizing the essence of the Tao, or in other words, the realm. With a majestic and imposing demeanor, Wukong looked at the Monster Kings and said, "Therefore, the true meaning of understanding the Tao is that the more one disregards martial arts, the deeper one can delve into the Tao." However, speaking to those ignorant beings was futile, their instincts were that of high-level underworld creatures with malicious tendencies. The first creature lunged forward without understanding, followed by the second, and then the whole group rushed in, screaming wildly. Wukong, surrounded by shining orbs, stood firm in the darkness, his expression darkening with anger. Then came the third act, where Wukong once again gathered spirit energy into his hands, preparing for the final showdown. But this time was different, a powerful light easily overwhelmed the Monster Kings, with shockwaves even stronger than before. Each one was sent flying by a single strike, and the intensity of the light further enraged them. Wukong shone like the midday sun, dazzling and sparkling, too bright for anyone to look at directly. The Monster Kings were reduced to dust, leaving nothing behind. Hao Xian was also overwhelmed with horror at Wukong's maturity. With a radiant body hovering in mid-air, even celestial beings and Buddhas trembled in fear. Then, Wukong turned back to Hao Xian and grinned broadly. Wukong raised his thumb and said, "Let's boost those likes on the video, folks, and look forward to a new episode tomorrow." Hao Xian, still in shock, said, "Why is this kid's aura so strong? He seems completely transformed into someone else." Mysterious lady, witnessing Wukong's display of power, was equally startled. "Damn it, why is he so powerful? Is he going to terrorize us like this? That oppressive aura makes me feel like I'm absolutely no match for him," she thought, glancing over at Hao Xian, who was perplexed. Mysterious lady concluded, "Not long ago, we were evenly matched, so it must be because he had an expert mentor guiding him, allowing him to progress at an astonishing rate." In Mysterious Lady's eyes, Hao Xian suddenly appeared handsome and domineering. Because of this, Mysterious Lady unconsciously felt even more admiration for Hao Xian. She also imagined that Wukong wouldn't stop there just because he had Hao Xian as a mentor. Surely, his level of skill would continue to surpass expectations. Suddenly, she couldn't understand why her face was flushing red, perhaps from being captivated by Hao Xian's limited charm. Mysterious lady covered her face with her hands, wondering, why is my face suddenly feeling so hot? Lost in her thoughts, Wukong descended. Sweating profusely, Hao Xian exclaimed, "Hey, little monkey, what's going on? Explain it to the master." When questioned, Wukong arrogantly boasted, his face beaming with excitement, "Haha, master, am I not amazing? The deep sleep earlier was because I adjusted the meridians in my body after failing to use the power of the realm last time." After speaking, Wukong created several radiant spheres that flew around. "Look, master, now I can make 8 of these," he exclaimed, full of pride. The word struck Hao Xian like a bolt of lightning, leaving him stunned and gulping down the bone pill in shock. He muttered, 8 times. This kid's talent is terrifying. It stirred intense turmoil within him, leading to self-doubt and resentment. Hao Xian's dark aura directed towards Wukong made the latter recoil in confusion. But why was Hao Xian reacting this way? It was because his peak card could only use more than 10 orbs like that. Continuing like this, I might end up losing my position as the master. I need to find a way to quickly become stronger, he thought. However, in Wukong's perspective, Hao Xian's resentful expression turned into one of anger and disdain, as if mocking Wukong's achievements. Wukong interpreted it as Hao Xian sarcastically saying, "Oh, just 8 times. Your talent is truly remarkable." This terrified Wukong, who felt small and embarrassed under his master's disapproving gaze. He realized that his actions were being ridiculed by his master, hinting at his arrogance and self-importance despite achieving only a little success. Wukong concluded that he was not worthy of being his master's disciple. It was precisely because of that thought that Wukong became frightened, dropped to his knees, and loudly confessed, "Master, disciple knows I was wrong. I won't dare to do it again next time." Wukong raised his head, tears streaming down his face, and pleaded, "Please don't be disappointed or dismiss me, master. There's still so much I have yet to learn." Seeing Wukong's sudden action, Hao Xian was also taken aback, his brows furrowed in confusion as he asked, "What on earth are you talking about?" Suddenly, the system announced, "Congratulations. The value of Wukong's latent power has increased from 5% to 35%. The host has received the reward of the Small Emperor Mask artifact package." Holding the mask in his hand, which resembled those of ancient pharaohs, Hao Xian was left bewildered by the sudden gift from the sky, not knowing what he had done to deserve it. The author bestowed upon Hao Xian the nickname, Professional Fly-Swatting Dog Nap Catcher, which he enjoyed while doing nothing. Hello everyone, let's move on to the next episode. At this moment, Hao Xian, along with his 2 disciples, ventured deeper into the cave. The surroundings remained dark and gloomy without a hint of light. After walking for a while, Hao Xian stopped, looking at the mask in his hand and wondering, "What is this thing for? Why doesn't your system provide any explanation? How am I supposed to use it?" The more he thought about the system, the more frustrated he became. It always popped up with task notifications and rewards, then disappeared without a trace. While he was still feeling annoyed, his 2 disciples were chatting animatedly behind him. Mysterious lady looked unhappy and turned to ask Wukong, "By the way, let me ask, doesn't master like to act like a rookie stage? Why did you interrupt? Aren't you afraid of being punished?" Hearing this, Wukong smirked confidently, "Hee, you don't understand. Based on my observation of master for a long time, we have to cooperate with him to stage the rescue of the rookie stage as it's the most fun game. Master likes to pretend to be weak to catch the tiger by the tail. You still don't know how much fun it is." Suddenly, a blue-headed spirit flew towards them at a considerable speed. Wukong and Mysterious Lady immediately noticed it and turned to look with sharp eyes. Wukong shouted, "Which audacious creature dares to attack us?" As soon as the words left his mouth, the blue spirit passed through Wukong, startling him. Mysterious Lady and Wukong glanced in the direction they came from, indicating that they must be deep inside this cave. Following that, another blue spirit continuously rushed towards them, but instead of stopping, more and more blue spirits passed by. Seeing this scene, both Mysterious Lady and Wukong were alarmed. Hao Xian, looking down at the spirits flying by, also felt puzzled. He turned back to ask Mysterious Lady about the situation. Upon hearing his question, Mysterious Lady responded, "Master, they are probably mortal souls." After saying that, her expression turned serious, indicating that this matter was very grave. She continued, "But under normal circumstances, only with a specific divine weapon can one see them. It is said that only with extreme spiritual awareness can they be seen." Hao Xian, upon hearing this, paused for a moment and thought, who could be killing these beings? Could it be that little king of hell? After a while, the three of them arrived at a spatial gate. The aura emanating from this place was extremely sinister and eerie. Seeing it, all three were astonished and surprised, but only Mysterious Lady recognized the seriousness of it. Mysterious Lady then spoke up, "This aura is unmistakable. I never expected someone would dare to open a passage through two realms. Who could have such audacity?" Hearing this, Hao Xian became extremely angry and clenched his fists, saying firmly, "Whoever they are, if they dare to disregard lives, I'll strike them down and deal with the consequences later." As soon as he finished speaking, the atmosphere became silent, with no sound heard for several minutes. Mysterious Lady, feeling puzzled, asked Hao Xian, "Master, why did you speak and then remain still? Why aren't you taking action against them?" As Mysterious Lady finished speaking, Wukong suddenly understood something. As a result, Wukong immediately stepped forward with fervent spirit, "Master, if you insist on competing with me, I'll take the lead. I love being at the forefront." The staircase descending to the ground saved Hao Xian a lot of trouble. He cheered excitedly and gave Wukong a thumbs up, saying, "You're really good. No wonder you have Wu in your name. This attitude suits you well." Mysterious Lady, watching from behind, understood the situation and observed the interaction between the two, praised without hesitation. Wukong confidently headed towards the passage. Eventually, all three successfully passed through the passage. The two disciples ahead were full of vigor, while Hao Xian, lagging behind, felt a bit nervous. As he crossed the passage, he looked around cautiously for any potential dangers. Seeing the others moving too quickly, he shouted, "Don't rush. Stay close to protect your master." Suddenly, Hao Xian felt something catch his attention. He cast a cold, stern glance towards one side, where he saw a demon beast with two long horns and numerous eyes on its body. What's more, there was a terrifying coffin-like organ in its abdomen. Hao Xian was so scared that he almost wet himself, stumbling backwards in disbelief. He shouted, "Damn it, this is bad luck for real. There's a genuine ban on that thing." Pale with fear, unable to close his mouth, he sat in a corner trembling uncontrollably. Seeing his distress, Wukong tried to reassure him, "Master, don't be afraid. It seems to be sinking into a deep sleep," but Hao Xian remained terrified, trembling with fear, and asked, "Are you sure about that?" The two approached closer to observe. Mysterious Lady reached out and touched a tree root below. Suddenly, she realized something and widened her eyes. What she saw upon touching the root were the tormented souls of mortals. Their life force and spirits being drained away. Wukong touched it too and saw the same thing. Turning back to Hao Xian, he reported, "Master, those tormented souls are all inside here, screaming in agony." Mysterious Lady added, "This must have caught the attention of the higher realm. So they sent a group of demonic beasts to quietly infiltrate the human realm to help him kill people and collect souls." Wukong, puzzled, said to Mysterious Lady, "But aren't Min Thursday in the mortal realm prone to madness? How can they act freely to gather souls?" Seeing Wukong's confusion, Mysterious Lady explained in more detail, They use special divine weapons to set up realm connections before acting. It's not that difficult. She continued, it can even enslave a proud creature of a higher level, showing that the power of this monster is immeasurable, but mysterious lady coldly refuted Wukong's words, you're wrong. This monster isn't the mastermind, it's just aiding others in their actions. As she finished speaking, Wukong's face turned pale, and Hao Xian also sensed that something was amiss. Wukong couldn't contain his agitation any longer and exclaimed, what? Aiding others in their actions? His terrified expression indicated that the situation was far from simple, it seemed they had stumbled upon a very difficult situation. Mysterious lady, no longer beating around the bush, looked up and said, do you see the coffin hanging on its belly? That's the true mastermind of these creatures. Wukong, puzzled, asked, how did you figure that out? I don't sense anything special. Mysterious lady's composed demeanor revealed that she had identified the problem. She replied to Wukong, because I recognized its master as a senior figure from my father's time, a top 10 disciple on the heavenly place martial ranking. Hearing this, Hao Xian remained silent, while Wukong, unable to contain his shock, exclaimed, what? A top 10 disciple of the heavenly place martial ranking? With that, the story ends, and we'll see you in the next episode.